So here we are, all about Taurus. We just had a new moon in Taurus 2 days ago. I was about to make this video on that day, but the Taurus energy made me more slow. I enjoyed dinner with a friend with very nice food, good conversation, good wine. And the day after, I just, almost did nothing. I rest, which is a very hard thing for me to do. Because wherever your Taurus energy is in your chart is where you can reserve your energy and your resources, but with me, it's in a hidden place. So it's very hard for me to access this. So Taurus is earth, is groundedness, is a fixed sign. It is stable, is reliable, is strong, is a foundation, and it's nature. It's our senses, it's natural beauty, it is simplicity, it is back to the roots, back to the essence, back to simplicity. But at the other hand, it's also comfort. So at one hand, you have this simplicity of the basics, what nature gives us, which actually is a miracle. So it's a little contradiction, a big one. But Taurus is also the luxuries of life and the comfort on the other side of the sign. So everything that is materialized in the world, so everything that we can see, smell, touch, feel, explore with our senses here is part of Taurus energy. So Taurus is Vishnu, the god Vishnu. The earth was, everything was ready in 7 days. And it was good as it was. We didn't need any more ideas, startups, changes, fine-tuning. No. That's Taurus. It's perfect as it is. It is the resources, the wealth you have. It is collecting any kind of, it can be hoarding, can be collecting valuable stuff. It's what is valuable in your life. It's the value that you give to anything that you can feel, see, taste. So it is often said that Taurus can be laughed at, like, you're lazy, you're Taurus. But actually, they're like more containing, storing their energy. They really don't want to waste their resources. And the resources is not only, your money that you have and all the stuff that they like to collect and have and enjoy, is also your energy that we have. So, like, another sign, and I'm not talking about persons, just the psychological underwiring of a sign, can really waste their energy on details, and maybe in the end this will bring mastery and perfection. If you're going to count the hours you did it to perfect, maybe Taurus will not easily go there, maybe for other reasons, yes, once they really believe in something. But they will not so easily do that, because a lot of times, okay, before mastery, we tend to spend a lot of time just wasting on stupidities before we get to the real essence. Anyway, the Taurus energy are the best at having ideas of what to do with their resources, how to invest them, where to invest them, how to make more of them. They are the most intelligent and creative with their ideas to find ways of creating more wealth and more resources. They are very changeable. They go when it's necessary. They can they're very adaptable in that area of their life, of their resources, because in their true essence, they're fixed. They don't like change. They don't like to adapt so much, but they have a lot of changeable ideas that give them more wealth, and also give them the ability to access their own energy in a more easy way. They don't need hours of rest to regain their energy, because they already don't waste their energy. So they normally have a good balance of energy, because they really are very careful with what to spend their energy on. So their recharging time can go very quickly once they actually did the effort to work hard and go for something. So they really are skillful in creating wealth, and they like to collect the resources and put their thoughts also in history, and they like to think and write about what's important for them, and this is their family. They are very emotionally attached, so with their mind, their thinking is not very left brainish. They're very emotional in their thinking, and they like to protect and mother their local environment. So can be a little bit further than their most closest family, can be like little small groups of friends, like from the school or colleagues, and they really feel safe and secure in small groups. They can take in a communication things too personal, because they're so emotional in their communication, but they, on the good side, have a very high emotional quotient. Yes. When I say that they'd like to talk about their family and their homes, is because their basic foundation, where they are very confident, where they get more extrovert, because in say the Taurus is kind of a more introverted, because also of their emotional side that is a little bit drawn inwards when it comes to communication. But when they are at home, they like to be the king, the boss. They are not in a necessarily bad connotation of the word boss. They are, this is where their heart is. This is where they are confident, where they, when they are joy like a kid, and they really find it very important to have a nice home, or properties that are a little bit king-like. And the luxuries and the comfort then are also important for them in their home. It doesn't mean that it has to be like you know, like a palace. For them, it has to be warm, or have a fireplace, or more in a warmer country. It's also possible where it's more sunny. It's very nice, where they will really shine there. And they actually, this is why they're also so stable, because they have a very strong psychological foundation. Because when it comes down to it, when they put their feet on the ground in their homes, where we all have or should have our strong, stable platform, is where they are the best. They are very, very kingly, and they have their kingdom in their, with their family in their home. And also maybe they would like a very, very nice car, or a very, you know, a car that shows off also a little bit. So when they are from their home being like all kingly, you think, oh my God, they are like the ruler of their little house and family. But on the other hand, when it comes to having fun and with their kids, they are very into the practical stuff. They are not so impulsive when it comes to that. They really are organized and plan, and they really want to help. So they really find joy and in helping and being of service. And when you want to know, if a Taurus rising especially is in love with you, when they start to do things for you and take care of you and be of service of you, you will really know that they are in love with you. And is the same with their children. When they organize and plan the day to go and have fun, so they will have an organized trip, and that time we're there, and then we're there just to make sure everything goes okay, and they can go into the details of it. This is their way of their true expression of who they are. So they will really focus on reality and not drift off in some let's party and we wake up when the sun is rising again and we'll see about tomorrow, or be very impulsive. Not so much. And they can, in the negative way, get demanding of their loved ones and their children, or critical. But on the positive side, instead of doing that, they will be very helpful and be of service, but sometimes want the same back, because that's how it goes. It's how we people are. In their day-to-day life, in their job, in their duties, can be their habits. They love also an environment that is harmonious, beautiful. They are very diplomatic when it comes to arguments. They can be if they want. They can get along very well with their bosses or with their colleagues, and they are very good in being the middleman, negotiating, and work with pairs. They are very good in having a business relationship with somebody, but most of all, they can really make two stones talk with each other and bring harmony in the house or in the environment where they tend to, or have a job, or where they are for their duties. And also they care a lot about the less fortunate than them, can be in any way, in health wise, or with properties, money, any way. They really want to help these people to bring harmony there as well. So when they are into one-to-one relationships for the long time, like a marriage, and they attract very powerful people, in the way that they like to control their partner. But it works both ways, because on the beautiful side of it, they really want to merge with their partner, like, and this can sound like a codependency, but it can also sound like a spiritual merging, transformation. They're relationships, their long-term relationships, will be really transformative. And transformation, of course, is a lot of ups and downs, because transformation doesn't come in any other way than kind of deaths and rebirths. So it can be like very magnetic, magical, mysterious, secretive. They can be like that in a relationship. They can attract persons like that. They're like, can be obsessive over a relationship. They, on the very low side, it can be bring lies and deceit and criminal activity. You can, fall in love with a criminal, but on the upper side, you can attract the like a crisis manager. It can be a psychologist or somebody that works in like in the ER, or any other place where there can happen crisis, and and you're helping the crisis, you're not causing the crisis. So a very dynamic, interesting, emotional love life. And I'm not talking about the dating, I'm talking about the marriage relationships, and also about business relationships. So the one-on-one relationships that are for the long term and that are kind of intense, because you share also like kind of a little lifetime together, can also be a source of transformation in their life. So it is a very important part of their life, well, for everybody, but when you transformation happens for all of us in different areas of our life, and with them for sure also in their long-term relationships. But they are kind of lucky when it comes to handling the big crisis in life, like death, divorce, and sickness. They are very good healers. They have a healing energy, and they normally usually have a positive outlook on life, that in the most dark periods of their life, they go through it like we all do, but they get easily more sunshine or luck. And travel helps them as well to get out of the crisis, go to a foreign country, or learn about a foreign country, about different cultures. But it's not something you tend to do when you're in a crisis. But maybe when they meet somebody of a different culture, or they go to a country that really has a very different culture, so not to the next town, but a little bit more far, it can really help them, pull them out and heal them in the darkest hours of our life, when we really go to these huge crises of our lives. So they can benefit very well to have a higher education, or again to travel and go to faraway countries for their career. They have a big sense of responsibility, because their outlook on life is like that. You have to work for it, and nobody will help. Well, nobody will help you. I mean, they're not like, I have to pray and then God will do it for me, and I just need to have faith. They really see more like, you have to do it yourself, and then maybe God will help you at one point. They really have the more materialistic point of view when it comes to philosophies, religion, and they are very down to earth with that. Sometimes can be a little bit gloomy about that, because it's maybe harder to believe in, to have an extra tool to just believe in something higher will really help you. It's more like, no, I have to be responsible, I have to work hard. Sometimes for their higher education, it can take hard work, and they have to be patient, and maybe it takes more time, it goes slower, but they for sure, if they have a goal and they really are clear about their goal, they will reach it for sure. No matter what obstacle or how long it will take, they can do it, but they have to, of course, have their goals. Otherwise, if they don't have their goals clear and how to get there, also even if the path may have some detours, if it's not clear for them where they're going to go, they will not start the journey of hard work. But they do believe that it's hard work. Anyway, this can benefit them for their vocation, their career. Not if you have only a day-to-day job, to pay the bills, because not everybody has a career. Some people just, we pay our bills with that. And my true vocation is something else that maybe I make some money with, maybe not at all. Maybe it's about some social career where you really help big networks. For sure, if Taurus gets in their vocation, they really need freedom. Yes. And while they're kind of a very fixed early sign, in their career, they can make changes and sudden changes for the higher good of their ideals in big groups, to help the less fortunate people. And when they get in their ideals, they can be very emotionally attached to it. And with these bigger groups of networks where they work, also they can, if they really go into this is where they really can lose their ego and their identity and lose boundaries that, again, in the highest manifestation, can feel like a beautiful merging. On the other hand, you sometimes really need your boundaries interacting with other people and structures and networks here on the planet Earth. And to finish it off, on one hand, it's sometimes hard for them to motivate themselves, because it's in their hidden place to find motivation, and to maybe not to find motivation, but to really start to be initiative. And when they really believe it and find it within themselves, they will start. In the higher spirituality, where it's our self-undoing, where we all merge together, where we are all one, they will tend to keep this material earthy element, because the I am also an individual will stay present there. And they tend to have very vivid active dreams, maybe some even aggressive or fiery dreams. And for them to access any kind of spiritual activity, or not an activity, to get in touch with their spiritual side, it helps for them to do this in a more active way. So not just sitting on and doing or contemplating their thoughts and looking at the point of their nose, or doing breathing exercises. So get something more fiery. I tend to say, because this is what I know, like an Ashtanga yoga or Vinyasa yoga, very active way of experiencing the allness within yourself through an activity. It can be anything else. It can be like, running in the forest, or or just starting something. Can be any time that comes from deep within themselves, can give them a sense of the connection with their truest identity. So something else. Well, color of Taurus is earthy colors, and in Vedic astrology, white colors. is it the connection with nature, and is the most soothing thing that I can think of Taurus, the simplicity. But at the other hand, the miracle of nature, the Taurus itself, high up in the sky, the constellation has, according to people that can measure it, with only a frequency of 50, while measuring it in avatars like Mother Mary, Magdalena, and Jesus Christ, and Buddha, and other saintly avatars are with a frequency of thousands. So it made me think, then why, like Taurus, the constellation, not you, Taurus, or not nobody, we all have Taurus in our chart, some of dominant than others. Why? I've been thinking about it. Why only 50 for a constellation? Just like the moon, and just like Venus, it's not a planet, it's a ruler. Well, it's a planet, but I mean here also as the ruler of Taurus, the constellation, and then moon, the planet, Venus, the planet. And because the conclusion that I have now for myself is that to have this human experience on the planet Earth, we need to have material stuff in our life that separate us from the divine. Because if nothing separated us, it's hard to expand the experience of being human. And of course, with being Taurus, the most material, earthy, fixed, dense sign, this really draws us on the planet Earth. Is like what grounds us here. While the Earth is way higher, like 700 or something, if I remember correctly. And also gives us the chance to look differently at these numbers, that 50 is not a bad number. It's just a number of the human experience and necessary. And all the experiences that we have here are only possible because of the separation at this moment in time. I have no idea where we're going to, because a lot of people like me, they want to evolve themselves all the time to more peace, more joy, more happiness, more love, more divinity. And at the other part, I'm just human as shit. And sometimes I just want, to swear and get angry. and sometimes I'm attracted to more darkness and not all so light and bright sometimes. So yeah, Taurus energy, they're so connected with beauty and in touch with their senses, and they have such a good eye for did I mention beauty? I don't find another word. Beauty it is. Here we can stop with the beautiful Taurus. I love you very much, you Taurian people, especially my daughter, Taurus rising. Bye bye.